like I said in the previous video, we want to add a better Slug here. So if I go to my tables here and go to products themselves, you will notice that we do have a Slug column here, but it's empty because we are not creating any slugs. So how do we create a slug here? We get the title or the description of the item, and then we convert that into a slug. And then what we do is, in case that slug is already taken, we're going to check and then add a random number at the very end to make it different. But the important thing is that at least, whether we have a random number at the end, at least we're going to have some of the text in the title of our product as part of its URL. So this is good for Google searches and the like. Okay, so let's see how we can actually do that. So let's go to where we're adding our product here. So let's find the, oh, wait a minute. I have a function in here which I put there. So this function, I didn't want to have to type it because I could make a mistake here. So many symbols up in here, but it's a very simple thing. You give it the name of your product, and then it returns a URL version of that name. Okay, so we'll see how that actually works. So what we will do is, let's go to, we don't want to create a model just to put this, okay? But if we go to our models here, let's go to model, we do have a product model. So I will copy this function and just make it part of that, because that's where we are creating stuff from here, creating our products, I mean. So let's go to the very end here, and let's put in a function. So I will make it a public function here, of course, public function. Actually, I don't need to type function, it's already there. I'll put it like that. So this is the one, string to URL, so str to URL, and then we'll supply the URL, and then it returns the URL. And this is all we need to do. Okay. So I will zoom it in here so that you can copy everything you need to copy. So let me explain a little bit what's going on here. So this is a preg replace. So what preg replace does is that it gets a pattern, which is a regular expression. So I will, hopefully I'll have time to make a tutorial on regular expressions and how to create your own. But this regular expression is looking for symbols that do not match a certain criteria, like slashes. The reason there are double slashes here is because one of them is to escape the other, because a slash is a special character. So if I'm going to use it in here, I have to put two of them just to use one, because the other slash is telling the preg replace that use this as a literal string, and then look for what is in here, and then replace all that with this. So this is a preg replace. So after that initial replacement, we are going to come back here and trim all spaces, or what's this, these hyphens at the very end. So if there's a hyphen at the beginning or at the end, remove it, and then make sure that we are converting to UTF-8 so that it's readable. And then what else? We are reducing it to lowercase so that we don't have any uppercases. And then we'll do one last preg replace using this pattern right here, and replacing whatever is not required with that. So this is literally for example, if there's a space, it's obviously going to put a hyphen there instead of a space, and then whatever doesn't match here will be replaced with an empty string. Anyway, you will see how this actually works once we start to use it. Just type it the way it is and kaboom, it's going to work. Okay, so we're in product class right here, and let's go up, In fact, before we go that far, let me just copy this right there. That way I don't have to type it. I could make a mistake. So let's come up here and see. So when editing, we don't change our Slug, so that's fine. We'll ignore that. And of course, when we are creating is when we need to add the Slug. So of course, at this point, we will create a Slug. Let me put it right here. So here we are. Okay, there we go. This is the perfect place. So I will say slug is equal to, and then I will just put my function value there. Now instead of putting URL, I'm going to get this one, the description in here, whatever description I got here. In fact, I don't need to do the UC word here. I can just get directly from the horse's mouth and put it in there. Okay, so data description, and that's it. We've added our Slug. The only thing now is we need to add it to our query, because otherwise it will be ignored. So the very end, Slug. And let's go to the very end again and put a comma, full colon, Slug. Interesting, isn't it? Yes, yes. Alrighty then, very good. So since we are doing that, we need to delete everything in here so that we can start fresh and see what our Slug has to offer. Now, before we do that, let me just try and create one product here. So I will add and say burger. Let's see. I'll put a space intentionally, 250 milliliters, something like this, or 250 grams, maybe something like this. With drink, maybe something like that, so that it's a bit longer and we can see what's going on. So I'll put a quantity of some sort. This one is inside food, and then the price, let's try 90.99. That's way too much for a burger. Let's try 9.99, right? Let's hit browse here and get something that resembles what we are talking about. And let me browse a few more, maybe with a alcohol beverage there. And yeah, why not another drink? So actually here we can do the same thing that we did with the edit and put some images here so that we can see them. It's the same procedure essentially, so we can do that. So let me hit save this time. Okay. Oh, wait a second, we have an error, I think. Let me come back here. I think I know my mistake here before we even go further. Okay, so of course here where I am putting the Slug, I have to put this, which I forgot. So that would mean this is not known. Okay, so back to business and let's hit save again. Okay, please enter a valid description for this product. But I do have a valid description, so what is going on for this product? Okay, so this is returned from the Ajax, of course. So let's come back here and see what it is talking about. So the question is description. Okay, please enter a valid description. What did I do wrong here? There's a space. Let's see, our regular expression does not support what we have added. So we have added numbers in there, so I think that is probably why. So let's come back here because we will need to add numbers to some of these products. So I will just need to put 0 to 9 like that. And that should be it. That should do it. Make sure the space remains there, okay, as you put 0 to 9. that should include numbers. Okay, pretty good. Let's try again. Save. Product added successfully. Okay, praise the Lord. Right, so now moment of truth. Let's go into our database and check our Slug and look at that. So let me just click on edit so that you can see it a bit more. So there is our Slug right there. Let me copy that for a second and go back here. So we've converted our title to this burger dash dash dash. So this makes more sense because when you are searching on the internet, you are easily more likely to find this product if it's part of the URL. Okay, so very good. So now we can delete the others because they do not have a Slug of that sort, but let's use them for experimentation before we delete them. So I will go back to my home page here. Now another problem that I noticed here is if there's so many slashes into the link here, the URL, you find that the links in the header are not taking me back to the home page. For example, if I click on home here, it will take me back right here. And so this is caused because I'm not putting the root on these links right here. So let's change that real quick so that when we click, we are taken to the correct place. So what I will do is go back here. Now, instead of going into admin, I just need to go to the header for the this common header right here. So all I need to do is find my links. So where are the links here? So the important thing is to look for, okay, so that's the top navigation here. So there's home page, shop, and so on. So right here where there's the href, I have to put root over here. Very important stuff. So let me copy that root. Now if I come back here and refresh my page just for home, you'll see that it will show the correct link over there. So very good. Let me copy that. Everything here that says shop, checkout, all this stuff, paste that root and do the same thing for contact 404, everything there, blog, same thing. What else do we have? We have blog here. Let me paste that and put blog there. Okay, so you can go through all the links that you want to work and make sure you put root at the very beginning. So we have the same problem here where there's account, logout, and so on. So let's find that as well. There's logout, login, account. So all this, oh, okay, so account has root, which is good. And what else? Checkout, cart. Let me just put these in advance. Wish list, and so on. Logout, login, paste. Pretty good. Okay, so refresh, and now logout. Okay, so the links are working fine. If I click now, I can go back to the home page relatively well.